Couples disagree, couples argue, and that is okay.
It's actually okay.
The fact that you argue does not mean your marriage is bad. I need to make it very clear, because some people feel like, oh my God, we argued yesterday. Oh my God, we argued last week. That means we are not good. Our marriage has problems. No, every couple deals with it, deals with their own problems. What we'll say to you is that you need to just resolve conflict in a healthy manner.
Yes.
We've seen couples that don't talk for weeks and you're sleeping in the same house.
No, that's scary.
Okay, so that's not good. So if you're doing that, then there are problems that you need to uncover.
A good marriage will teach you that things have to be fluid. You have different strengths and weaknesses in different areas, and also life happens.
Yeah.
You know, just because someone, maybe a man may have lost a job, doesn't take away from him being the provider.
Absolutely.
In a case where, you know, a couple struggling to have a child does not mean that they don't have a family.
Majority of the financial pressure sits on the man.
Yeah.
The responsibility to provide and cater to a family.
Yeah.
Major pressure.
Yeah.
When is the next paycheck gonna come? Where is it gonna come from? Right? How am I gonna foot this bill? So the man, the male, is constantly under the pressure to make sure that they are providing for the family. And sometimes the pressure of performance is actually what leads to low performance. On the other side of pressure, okay, is the pleasure. Be easy on yourself.
Yeah.
Be easy on your spouse. Be kind. And we keep talking about this. Be kind to one another during these times where you're facing the pressure. Okay.
Hey, good people.
Hey, beautiful people.
How are you doing?
Hope you are well. Hope you are good. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new to the channel, what do we say to the new guys?
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
What have you been doing?
Well, you know what? Welcome back for the first time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
My name is Ayope.
And I'm Ayope.
And together we are called
Ayope.
And we are certified marriage and relationship coaches. Okay, just to introduce ourselves to our newcomers.
Yes.
We've been married 11 years.
Going
11
on 12.
beautiful years.
Going on 12.
Oh, calm down now. Where are you rushing to?
Oh, good. 11 beautiful years. True.
11 years. God has blessed us with 3 beautiful girls.
And we're not just saying that. They are actually very
they're
beautiful.
actually beautiful because they look like their dad. Hint, hint. And obviously this is my beautiful wife. We're certified marriage and relationship coaches, okay? And we come on here to share our marital journey, our marital experience. We do a lot of teaching, coaching, and counseling, okay? So you can reach out to us if you need personal counseling at ayopedavis.com. And if it's coaching at ayopedavis.com. We are actually authors. We don't talk about this much.
It's true, actually.
Okay, but we authored a book about 3 years ago titled Marriage is Easy as ABC. Okay, so when we come on here and we're talking, we know what we're saying.
We know what we're saying.
Okay, we mean what we say and we say what we mean. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, subscribe. All right, and like this video.
And cheeky plug, get our book.
And get exactly.
Get our book. Get our book. You won't be disappointed.
Exactly. Okay. So like this video, share with a loved one, and stay tuned so that you can keep getting notified. Every week, there's something new for you. Whether you're single, you're married, you're dating, in a relationship, complicated relationship, situationship, whatever the case may be. Okay. And even if you're divorced, there is something for you to take from this channel.
Yep.
So let us dive into what we have today. So ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat, and we are starting a new series. Okay, let us do that clap for new series.
So today we are talking about the pressure of being married. I guess a lot of people might think, pressure, but you've overcome the hurdle of getting married, you know, the pressure getting married.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are actually still quite a few pressures
when you are married.
When you're married. And
very important.
Today we're going to discuss that. Yeah. Obviously, like we say, it's not the be or end all. There's lots. And in fact, we actually challenge you guys to get in the comments and tell us the other ones that you know, because people are going through a lot.
There's a lot. Marriage comes with its pressure. Like you said, there's been a lot of focus on the pressure of getting married. But now we want to talk about the pressure of being married. Here is two different things, okay? Pressure of getting married and the pressure of being married. So where do we want to start from? I feel like we should start from the Genesis, okay?
As usual.
Let us start from the beginning, okay? Now, when we talk about pressure, what does pressure actually mean?
Oh, when I think of pressure, I think of a weight, a burden.
A burden, a weight.
Almost something difficult to bear.
Difficult to bear. And I feel like when you look at it from the physical, it's like pressing. I don't know if pressure is from the word pressing. So where there
could be pressure pulling as well.
Yeah, pressure pulling, pressure pushing, that is causing discomfort.
Discomfort, yeah, that's the word.
So pressure. And the reason why a lot of people check out of marriage, of relationships, is also because of pressure.
Of course.
So some people cannot take it anymore. So they check out, and sometimes they don't even check out in terms of I'm getting a divorce. They check out from the perspective of I'm in this marriage, but I'm not really in it.
Yeah. So they're mentally checked out.
So they checked out mentally. Some have checked out emotionally as a result of pressure. What happens when people are going through pressure at work?
So either sick note or they quit.
Yeah. A lot of people quit. A lot of people resign.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people leave their jobs.
Yeah.
But obviously we understand that it is not so easy. It's not the same thing, right?
Of
you cannot
course.
just leave your marriage like that. But that's why people check out of the marriage. Emotionally, they have left.
Yeah.
Mentally, they have left.
Yeah.
But they're still there. So we want to talk about some of those pressures.
Yeah.
And we'll also be sharing with you how to deal with some of those pressures.
Yeah.
And like always, we will share our examples. All right. Because we have also gone through pressures. We are still going through our own pressures.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go.
I think for me, one pressure that I've noted is the pressure to be constantly happy. I'm not sure where I can say the root cause of it is, because I feel like it was there even before social media. That pressure to be happy, that, the person that you are married to, they must make you happy. And if they don't make you happy, then your marriage is not good.
Right. So is the pressure on the partner or is the pressure on self?
Ooh, I think it can go both ways. I think it definitely can go both ways. But then it also brings into context, I don't know if you've heard this phrase, that marriage is not supposed to make you happy. It's supposed to make you holy. So, and that's another added thing, because you then now think, I'm not feeling happy. I'm not feeling holy. What am I? Why am I even in this marriage?
I'm not happy.
I'm not
holy.
I'm not
confused.
holy. I'm confused.
I'm horrified.
And some people feel like because of that, this marriage is not for me.
This marriage is not for me. I think that's really deep.
In addition to this happiness point, the pressure of resolving conflict ASAP, as in I'm talking about just sweeping things under the carpet for the sake of peace. Let's just resolve. Because obviously you hear them say, don't let the sun go down on your anger. And whilst that it's nice in theory, and whilst, I would say that we try not to be beefing each other, overnight, but sometimes you need space. There's been times where I've said to Ayo, he said to me, can we talk about this later? I just want to, sleep it off.
And that's not to say that, you're holding somebody in your mind.
Exactly.
But it's just that at that time, probably you're too tired. you're literally fagged out. You just need to sleep, and it's okay.
Or
Good
you're
night.
fuming.
We'll
You're
deal with it
actually
tomorrow.
fuming.
Exactly.
You're actually angry.
We'll deal with it when I am calm.
Exactly.
It's always better to resolve things, that way. All right. But usually, again, pray together, go to bed and all that. But I think I so much agree with that, because that pressure of, we must resolve it now.
Tonight,
and I feel like we
today.
suffered from that in our early years of
100%.
marriage, because I was the one who was always under the pressure of, if we don't resolve it now, we have a bad marriage. That was my mindset. Like, if we actually go to bed without resolving this conflict within 1 hour of it happening, but it's okay. You might not resolve in the first hour.
It didn't help that I can sleep off easily.
Exactly. So when she's not, I'll be like, you want to still sleep? When me, I'm angry, So there was that pressure to become happy, to be a happy couple.
Honestly.
Right? Again, the fact that you have a fight does not mean you're not a happy couple.
Exactly.
You just have a fight.
No. Not. Let's
make it clear.
Yeah, because you know they can take you to Instablog now and say, I say fight.
Yes.
No. A disagreement. We're not talking about blows.
So when I say fight, I'm not talking about any physical fight. I'm talking about couples fight. Okay.
Couples disagree.
Couples argue. And that is okay.
It's actually okay.
The fact that you argue does not mean your marriage is bad. I need to make it very clear. Because some people feel like, oh my God, we argued yesterday. Oh my God, we argued last week. That means we are not good. Our marriage has problems. No, every couple deals with it, deals with their own problems. What we'll say to you is that you need to just resolve conflict in a healthy manner.
Yes.
Which means no shouting, no name calling. And all of that, no disrespect. Honor each other, respect each other.
Love each other. Yeah.
So don't put yourself under the pressure of, we must resolve it tonight. We must resolve it this morning before we go out to work. But at the same time,
don't extend it to 2, 3, 4 days.
Thank you. We've seen couples that don't talk for weeks and you're sleeping in the same house.
No, that's scary.
Okay, so that's not good. So if you're doing that, then there are problems that you need to uncover.
I actually liken marriage sometimes to giving birth. Now, people have different pain thresholds, but the end result is still the same.
Yeah.
Doesn't make one person stronger than the other because they pushed out in 30 minutes, or another person, it took them 30 hours. The pain is there regardless, but the point is the outcome. The outcome is beautiful. The outcome is beautiful. Now, I'm not saying marriage should bring you pain, but I'm saying that it will take you through a process. Just like giving birth will take you through a process.
Absolutely.
It might be the C-section process. It might be induction process.
Yeah.
It might be vaginal birth process, but it's still a process. Never have I seen a woman literally just, and the baby comes out.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
So you go through that process, but sometimes on the other side of pressure, is the pleasure.
Is the pleasure.
And that's what we're going to talk about in this series, But I think that's a very key one, right? The pressure of wanting to be constantly happy.
Another pressure that couples may face in marriage is, I would say, the pressure from the in-laws. Or pressure of the in-laws.
Pressure of the in-laws.
Because it could be in different ways, baby. Pressure of the in-laws in the sense that some people already have a preconceived idea of what the in-laws are. You know, before I've told you that I've met someone who said, oh God, I hope the guy I married doesn't have a mum because I can't deal with a wicked mother-in-law. Who told you all mother-in-laws are wicked? Yeah, so that's the pressure of the in-laws.
Pressure.
Then there's pressure from the in-laws when they're actually wicked. when they're actually wicked.
and this is a very key one, right? And I feel like and again, it's not to scare anyone, all these pressures and everything. And obviously we'll tell you we'll give
There's
you
no
some
scariness
tips
that we can do that they've not seen in Nollywood.
Exactly. We'll give you some tips on how to deal with some of these pressures. But yeah, you will deal with pressure of the in-laws and from the in-laws. So when we talk about pressure from the in-laws and pressure of the in-laws, right? So again, it's not even as if the in-law is bad.
Yeah.
Because if I look at an example from you, I remember early on in marriage, you felt some sort of pressure whenever my mom was coming or my mom was around. Not because, my dear mama, she's listening, we love you. Not because she was a wicked mom.
And she put me under any pressure.
Not because she puts you under any pressure. But there was that pressure of, I want to impress my mother.
Yes.
I want to be in her good books. I want to make sure I, make her food. I want to make sure I make her comfortable.
Yes.
While she's in my house.
100%.
And because at that point, obviously, you're still building the relationship, you were under pressure.
And I feel like this particular one, baby, you could never understand. And let me tell you why I could never understand. First of all, I am a firstborn daughter. So there's something about, accommodating people that we have as firstborn. So I will be like, why are you making a big deal? It's just mom. I was like, oh, go away with your thirdborn self. You can never understand. Because it's the same thing with Oyen, my sister as well. It's like, it's just like, it's not a big deal. Like it's not a big deal to
obviously,
you because
it's also a personality thing.
It is also a personality thing. So, and exactly. So those are the differences. Those are what adds to the pressure in marriage because you could not relate. You were like, why are you stressing? It's just mom.
It's just like,
I said, it is not just mom. It is not just mom. It does not work like that.
It is my mother-in-law.
Do you get what I mean?
But I think the good thing, again, obviously now it's 11 years. My mom has stayed with us on so many occasions, right? On holidays, she's been here and all that. We've lived together very happily, no issues. There's never been, and I can say that very firmly, that there's 100%. Never been any issues between my wife and my mom. 100%. And even on the other hand, right, there's also the pressure on the man, right? Yeah. So again, it's the pressure of the in-laws. The same way, in case you don't know, the same way you feel like, oh, it's mom and dad, don't worry. It's the same way I feel like, don't tell me it's mom and dad. I want to do this.
True.
We've actually had conflict and conversation about
I want to do something for mom and dad, and I'll be like,
and you're like, don't worry about it. I'm like, it's my mom and dad. So there's that pressure. I also was in the position where I wanted to be in their good books. I wanted to be a good son-in-law. All right. And I wanted to do what is right. Okay. In terms of honoring your parents. Do you understand?
And do you know what? I see it now because like a few months back, I was like, oh, I'm going somewhere. It's close to mom and dad's house. I'm going to go and just surprise them. I was like, but we're not there.
Exactly.
I was like, I'm not there. Not even just I'm not there. Their grandchildren are not there. What, you want to go there and do what exactly? Like, I just want to go and visit them. Oh my God. I can honestly say that was one of the highlights of my parents and Io's relationship. Exactly. They called me, they were like, oh my God, we were so surprised. Ayo came. He came to spend time with us. Trust Ayo. My mom cooked him his favorite meal as well. She gave him takeaway. I was like, oh, this is actually cute. So I get what you mean. Because you could have easily waited and said, oh, you know what? Let's all go together as a family. But mom and dad appreciated that step that you took.
And these are the little things. Okay, so maybe let's quickly round up and just talk about, again, when you're dealing with this pressure, how do you resolve them? How do you release the pressure? If I look at like issue of pressure maybe in a pipe, right? During the plumbing, right? It is important that you let out the pressure. In fact, we do that sometimes even with our boiler. Okay, because when there's too much pressure,
don't do that. I'm a princess. I don't touch this kind of thing.
You have to release the pressure. Okay, because if you don't release the pressure, that pressure can lead to an explosion. Because when you release the pressure, as you said, that pressing or that pulling is relieved. Okay. I think another pressure that a lot of couples face is the pressure to perform. The pressure of performance. Now, and this is everywhere, right? In every institution, right? Even at workplace, at work, there's the pressure of performance. And that's why there's performance review, isn't it? And the performance review sometimes if you're not performing well, you know, for those that don't perform well, we will perform well.
We will perform well, we will perform well.
For those that don't perform well, they put them on a plan.
Of course.
When you're put on a plan, that is pressure.
That is pressure.
So that's the pressure of performance. So when I talk about pressure of performance in marriage, we're also talking about the pressure of performance sexually. Sexual performance. So the woman is thinking, can I satisfy this man? Pressure. The man is also thinking, can I satisfy this woman?
Baby, I think in that one, I feel that the woman's pressure is more.
Absolutely.
Innit?
It depends on the couple, right? Because it depends on their past experiences.
Yeah.
It depends on what the ex sees. Do you understand? So the pressure on the virgin, on two virgins, is different from the pressure where there's one virgin and one non-virgin. It's also different for the pressure where there's two non-virgins.
Yeah.
With 10 years of experience. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
So that pressure to perform, and sometimes the pressure of performance is actually what leads to low performance.
Yeah.
The pressure to perform actually leads to bad sex.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Because you put so much pressure on yourself and you flop.
Put so much
literally.
pressure. So a lot of, as you said, I feel like I don't know if you want to touch on that, a lot of women are dealing with that pressure of, I cannot satisfy my husband. How can I satisfy my husband?
Because that's what we've been programmed to feel, that, you know, satisfaction is just for the man to be satisfied. But we need to be satisfied too, ladies. We need to be satisfied. And I think that is an unlearning. You know, you must make sure, don't say no to your husband, though. You know, give him what he wants, like it's a gift from you. But it's a gift to both of you each other.
It's a gift to both of you. Okay?
Yeah.
I feel like that's another pressure.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said that, because the one that I have also leads on from that, in the sense that not just the pressure to perform, but the pressure to attain the next level as quick as possible. So you'll find that, you've been married. When is the baby coming? After the baby comes in, when are you buying your first house or your first car? Which investment are you doing? Now, I'm not saying each and every one of these things are not good, but to each thing there is time and season. And if you jump the time and season, you'll find that you are actually not ready for that very thing.
Absolutely.
You actually find that you guys are arguing because you brought a baby into the mix when you really should have got to know each other better.
Wow.
You're finding out that you guys are feeling stressed and pressured because now that you've got the baby, you decided to buy a house straight away and you can't keep up with mortgage payments. Stress and pressure. And then you make the wrong decisions and you invest in the wrong thing and you lose money, and then it's stress and pressure.
So I feel like what I'm hearing you say is like there's a pressure around reaching goals. So pressure on goals, on milestones. And sometimes it is because couples are looking at other couples. So there's pressure of Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
You got married at the same time.
Now they have twins.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, now they bought their dream house. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then that puts this other couple under pressure to say, we too need to have twins, even though you cannot afford to bring twins into this world. You're not even ready to have your children yet. You're not ready for that next level. You're not ready for that milestone. Yeah. So that's a very key one.
And let's not get it twisted. We're not saying don't aim high, don't reach for goals, don't try and attain the next level. What we are saying is everything in its time. In short, don't do past your power.
Absolutely. I love that. That's a really good one. And I think that just leads nicely into this next pressure that we're going to talk about. And that is financial pressure. Now, I feel like, just like you said, that the pressure of sexual performance sits with a lot of women. And that's not to say that a lot of men are not facing the same pressure. Yeah. Okay. I think majority of the financial pressure sits on the man. Yeah, I think I have to agree with you. So a lot of men have the pressure of providing. The responsibility to provide and cater to a family.
Yeah.
Major pressure.
Yeah.
When is the next paycheck going to come? Where is it going to come from? Right? How am I going to foot this bill? So the male is constantly under the pressure to make sure that they are providing for the family.
Yeah.
And again, that is because of what we have been taught, that the man is the provider. And in certain cultures, they have made it clear that as a man, you must provide. In fact, they always use that scripture, say the man that cannot provide for his family is worse than an infidel. So all of those things, right, which are not 100% correct, by the way, have put men under a lot of pressure.
100%.
And this is why a lot of men are dealing with anxiety and depression, suicidal thoughts, and are not saying anything about it. This is why a lot of men are actually ill. A lot of men are dying quicker than women, because there's that pressure of, I am the provider. I need to provide for my family.
And the thing is, one thing that marriage will teach you, or definitely has taught us, I feel like a good marriage will teach you that things have to be fluid. You have different strengths and weaknesses in different areas, and also life happens.
Yeah.
You know, just because someone, maybe a man may have lost the job, doesn't take away from him being the provider.
Absolutely.
Just in a case where, you know, a couple struggling to have a child does not mean that they don't have a family.
Yeah, I love that. I mean? And a lot of the time, because you don't have something does not mean that you're not that thing.
Exactly.
Let me put it this way. So as you said, if there is a season where you lack financially, it doesn't mean that you are poor.
Exactly.
It does not mean that you are not rich.
Yeah.
The fact that you don't have wealth does not mean that you're poor.
Yeah.
You need to understand that, because that thing is not the same thing as the person.
Exactly.
As the identity.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of people need to learn. So the fact that you don't have a job at the moment, I'm speaking to that man out there, the fact that you feel like I'm not able to provide for my family at the moment does not make you less a provider than the man who is buying mansions and everything for his family. So understand that you're a provider. The fact that you don't have children now does not make you barren, does not make you less fruitful than the man or the woman who has children. So the fact that you're not able to produce does not mean that you're not a producer.
100%.
You are just going through a season of drought.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just going through a season of famine.
And the rain will come.
And the rain will come.
The rain will come.
You need to understand that. So a lot of this pressure is causing problems in marriage.
Yeah.
And as we said earlier on, people check out. So sometimes where the woman feels like this man is not providing, she checks out.
She checks out.
Where the man feels like I'm not able to provide, the man checks out, because the man now feels he is a failure.
Exactly.
He sees that he has failed his family, he has failed his children. But we have good news for you. You are not a failure.
Yeah.
All right? The pressure of being married.
Yeah.
So how do you as a couple release pressure? It is very important. Number one thing is that the lines of communication need to be open. So as I said, when she was dealing with the pressure of the in-laws or from the in-laws, she spoke to me about it. We talked about it. We had a conversation about it. So open and honest conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so when the man is feeling under pressure, listen, I've seen and I have witnessed, okay, where a man is going through it in terms of losing his job or not being able to have enough money to provide, and he's hiding it from his wife.
Oh, yeah.
That is the number one disservice you can do to yourself in your marriage.
Getting dressed every day.
This guy would wear his shoes. He would wear his tie. He would wear his suit. He would leave the house in the morning, come back in the evening. The wife would say, "How was work today?" And he would say, "Oh, we thank God."
That's scary.
So
that's scary.
He was pretending to still be working because he didn't want his wife to know that he was out of work. These are the pressures. But the thing that he is supposed to do, any man in that situation is supposed to do, is to open up to his wife and say, baby, they made me redundant. And when your man opens up and says they made him redundant, don't look at him less of a man, you as a woman. Because the reason why the man is afraid to open up to the woman is because he doesn't want to feel emasculated.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to feel like I am failing or I'm falling.
Yeah.
So open and honest communication.
I agree. You
need to talk about it.
Yeah.
That is your number one avenue to release.
Yeah.
And when your partner is vulnerable with you, I need to make this very clear. When they are vulnerable with you, when they give you their gift of vulnerability, please don't use it against them. Because the moment you use it against them, they will lock up. And if a man or a woman, mostly men, if a man locks up in a relationship, in a marriage, it will be hard to unlock him.
Yeah.
You've almost lost him because he was vulnerable with you. So don't treat his vulnerability, with disrespect.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good point, baby. I think another way to release the pressure, just like when you release pressure at home, is to give you ease, some kind of freedom, liberation.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is, be easy on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
And I remember for us personally, remember when I was like, I really want a son. I really want a son. I really want a son. You're like, are you the giver of son? Like, I struggled so much with gender disappointment. And maybe we need to even talk about that.
Yeah. I think that's a separate, we need to talk about that. Yeah.
But just to even touch on the surface, you had to tell me that, come on, like, you are not the one who created these children.
You're not the giver of sons.
Yes.
You're not the giver of children, because there's somebody else who is also looking and waiting on the Lord for a child. Be easy on yourself.
Yeah.
Be easy on your spouse. Be kind. And we keep talking about this. Be kind to one another during these times where you're facing the pressure. Very important. Okay. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, when you're dealing with the pressure, that is the time for you to come together as a couple and hold hands and pray. Very important. There's a song that I learned growing up, a song I love so much. It says, why worry when you can pray? Why worry when you can pray? Tell Jesus he knows the way. Don't be a doubting Thomas. Just lean upon his promise. Why worry when you can pray? So as a couple, hold hands together and speak to God. Right?
And it's funny how much
together.
that will even release any pressure that you're feeling at that moment. It just becomes...
And if you've not tried it, you need to try it, because at the end of the day, remember that you're talking to your Father. And just knowing that your Father is listening to you. He's not even answered yet. But because he's listening, you know that there is hope that is going to answer. So whatever pressure you're feeling right now, whatever your pressure you're going to feel in the future, because you will feel some pressure.
That's it.
Always remember as a couple
to
pray together. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you have been blessed.
Yeah.
Okay, remember, this is just the first part of the series. We're going to be diving deeper. We're going to be going deeper, even as we talk about pressures and pleasures of love. So remember, if you need coaching, if you're going through pressure, you need some counseling, reach out to us, coaching@ayopedavis.com.
Yeah.
counseling@ayopedavis.com. If you have still not subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for? Okay. After all of these nuggets, after this fantastic video, you're still just there holding on to yourself. Why are you holding on to that subscribe?
Is it not giving you pressure?
Like
release.
Release and comment. Put a comment down there. All of these things help.
Guys, you know what? Yeah. Someone told me that when you comment on someone's page, it doesn't take anything away from you.
Absolutely.
It doesn't reduce your life count. When you like,
it doesn't reduce your blood count.
When you like, it doesn't take breath away from you.
Absolutely.
So just try it. Just to test.
So if you like this video, if you feel like this has blessed you, make sure you like it, please. Subscribe to the channel, share with a loved one, a friend, a family or a foe. Okay?
It's been long I heard that word.
Let us sing
Friend
our
or foe.
welcome song to welcome our new subscribers.
We're glad you came, we welcome you. We hope you learn a thing or two as you join us on this journey
You say,
through
marriage, faith, and life. We are glad you came.
We welcome you. We hope you learn a thing or two as you join us on this journey through marriage, faith, and life.
Marriage, faith, and life say,
Marriage, faith, and life.
Marriage, faith, and life say,
Marriage, faith, and life.
Marriage, faith, and life say,
Marriage, faith, and life.
God bless you guys. We love you, but God loves you more.
God loves you
We shall
more.
see you in the next video.